Today on The Chat, radio host Marianne Levy stopping by, and she's bringing her dog Norman Levy. Plus, you know the co-hosts have the latest hot topics, including Hillary Clinton running for president. It's all coming up today on The Chat. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Chat right here on Channel 21. I'm Joe Rack.
I'm Kathleen Junkerman.
I'm James Coffey.
And I'm Alexa Daly.
And joining us this afternoon is the host of News Talk Radio, WOBM AM. I gotta get this right. 1160, 1310, from Bob Marianne in the morning. Marianne Levy. I always said Bob. Thank goodness I got myself. And Mr. Norman Levy.
Yeah, this is Norman.
The cutest dog on television. How are you, Marianne? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate this.
Hi, Norman.
Say hi.
Oh
Welcome to The Chat.
The cutest
what's
little
going
puppy.
Norman's
sweetie.
confused.
Didn't I just see all you people?
Yeah.
Why are you saying hi to me again?
Took a picture before we came in, and
Before we get started, we have been back. We're back from spring break. It has been a while. How was
Yeah.
everyone's spring break? Good, guys?
Great,
Very
yeah.
good. It went by fast, didn't it?
It went by very
New York
fast.
City.
Very
So it was
good.
a fun
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Sadly, we went to go see the Meredith Vieira show.
We did.
Oh.
But
Okay.
that morning, I was so sick, I had to leave. They wouldn't even let me in the studio.
Oh my goodness.
So that was a sad
I got
time.
to
I'm
go.
glad you're feeling
You got to
better.
go
You
in.
got to go.
Yeah.
Well, hey, he makes up for it. He went to see the
Yeah.
two and he passed out.
Yeah.
So
We
one
don't-
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
So,
Wow.
We have so
You know-
many talk show traumas here.
Yeah, really.
What's going on?
For a group of talk show hosts.
Yeah, what's going on with us?
We-
Well, Marianne, first off, before we begin, what we did over spring break for a minute, we just want to give you a little shoe cam.
Oh, you
Look
want
at
to
your
see
amazing shoes there. We
Everyone's
were right
I
next to them.
love
my
them.
shoes. Thank you.
Where'd you
They're
get
great.
them? Tell
Marshalls.
everyone at home.
Marshalls
Marshall.
Love
$29.99.
So over spring break, the chat visited WOBM not once but twice because we're that good. So we went to 92.7 WOBM with Sean and Sue, and that was really fun. So we thank them for having us on.
that
And
was
then
a
we
good
were
time.
on Bob Mary in the morning on this past Friday, and that was really fun as well. You guys want to bring up anything?
I loved everything we talked
yeah,
about.
Me too. I thought it
Lots
was
of food involved.
That's
I'm
right.
very into food.
We have
Which
our
is why
mashed
we
potatoes
have-
here today.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
On that show, we
There-
discussed food.
A lot of starch conversation.
There
I
were.
was into it.
Yeah.
I love starches. Love my mashed potatoes.
Marianne, did
I'm
you?
glad you're happy. I'm going to tell you now, there was 10 pounds of potatoes in there.
Wow.
That was 10 pounds of potatoes, and look what's
everyone
left.
at home.
Here.
Guys,
That's what's left.
Wow.
That's how good it was.
we just threw a bunch of potatoes into our bodies.
That's totally. I love potatoes.
Yeah, me
They're
too.
Genius.
Yeah,
You
genius.
have no idea how happy this has made us today.
I saw
It's
it.
an unpredictable show on television. We have stars, we have potatoes, we have guests. This is going to be the funnest show ever. So you better buckle up and stay tuned because this is going to be great. So, Marianne, did you like having us on? Were we good? We were good guests?
Yes, you were very good guests.
Good.
So we had fun. We had good feedback.
Yeah.
Your
Joe
grandmother
hosted
called,
the
your
show.
mother called,
I
your
know.
aunt called.
I
so,
know. It was
Yeah.
pleased. It was my family show. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on here?
That's the way you get listeners.
And we
Yeah,
were in
yeah.
time for Classic Joke Friday.
Leave them laughing
Leave 'em
Friday.
laughing
That's
Friday.
okay. Today I was
Yeah.
in time for your fire drill.
That's right.
Yeah.
I walked right into your fire drill.
Marianne.
That's so
I'm
funny.
walking in and thousands of kids are walking out.
I'm walking out the building. I'm like, why is there a dog out there? And then I see Joe's shirt. I was like, oh, Marianne's
Yeah,
here.
that's right.
Joe,
So-
you got to host with her the entire show, right?
I did. Well, we know 5 to 7 you were on with Kevin.
5:30.
5:30 to 7 you were on with Kevin.
Kevin Williams, who does the sports.
That's right. And then I was on from 7 to 9, and then they came in at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a fun-filled show, right?
Yeah.
Double
We're all
host.
used to, besides you, we're all used to TV. And, now we got to experience your radio, and you get to experience our TV.
Yeah.
I prefer radio.
Yeah.
okay.
I so prefer radio. I don't like cameras. I apologize, but I don't like
Sorry,
cameras.
everyone.
I like the radio. You talk, and I don't like being judged.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Okay,
Right.
I got
and
you.
I feel like when people are looking at me, that they're saying, "Okay, well, her hair's not in place."
They're
or
putting
her
a face
sh-
to a voice.
Yeah. And usually people, when they meet me, they think I was tall and blonde and from Brooklyn.
Oh,
That's how they
really?
picture me, as tall, blonde, and when I'm 5 foot tall, dark, and from Lincroft, New Jersey.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. Now, how'd you get started into radio? Because you have a cute story about that.
Bob Levy, who is he is the voice and the I guess you could say the patriarch of WOBM.
Yeah.
He actually started the radio station. There were 3 other owners, his friends and a brother, and they actually started the radio station with no roof. It snowed that day.
Oh, my
So he's
goodness.
been there for, oh my God, I guess Since 1977, that's when he started Bob Levy's Topic A.
Wow.
And a number of years later, we met on the beach. A new company took over the radio station, and they said they wanted to do something with the AM show, with the AM station, because there was nothing there.
Yeah.
And they said, have it a morning show? He said, yeah. So the manager said, well, what do you need? He goes, well, I think it should be a two-person show, talk back and forth. So he goes, who do you have in mind? He goes, my wife. And he goes, well, what experience does she have? Well, right now she's a very good hostess in a very busy Chinese restaurant. And that's what I was. I was a hostess in a Chinese restaurant. And we started doing Bob and Marianne in the morning. Long story short, 18 years later, April 7th was 18 years that I've been doing morning radio.
Wow.
I'm the
Congratulations on
only
that.
one.
That's
I'm the
great.
only one in radio at that station that has not gone to school.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
think
It's
that's-
great.
I like that.
I love it.
Because even you guys were talking when we went there. You want to get into radio.
Yes, I want to try. I want to expand. I want to try everything, and
Okay.
I'm very interested in radio. So I love the experience, both of them, and I want to do more of it. Whether it's giving interviews, I like the idea of being a radio personality for a music station, like announcing songs. So I'm not talking for like 3 hours. I don't know how I'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
Just talk.
That's tough. I mean, because on Fridays, Bob and I do it Monday through Thursday from 5:30 to 9. Then I have a second show with Joel Markell from Preferred Home Healthcare and Nursing Services, and we do from 9 to 10. So Fridays, I'm there by myself from 5:30 to 9. From 5:30 to 7, Kevin sits in with me so we can have a conversation. After that, I'm by myself.
And that's when we came in that day.
That's when you came in.
Yeah.
Usually I'm there by myself, and I
Wow.
do tell listeners, because you're thump. It's live. There's a little, couple second delay, but you have to talk to yourself. Try it. Sit there and talk to yourself
Right.
it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see if you can have a full conversation with yourself for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
easy, and I have
Yeah.
to do it 15 minutes at a time at times. Then you got live commercials. We don't do music anymore. We're now news talk
Yeah,
radio.
yeah.
So it's all talk. Before, when we had music, we were able to take a break and
That's
say,
right.
okay, play
We'll be
another
right
song.
back.
I got nothing to say right now. And that doesn't happen anymore. It's
No.
like you're
It's
on.
on the moment.
You're on.
And it sounds so easy just talking to yourself, but like even the other day I can notice like just sitting on the mic, it was hard. Even just to come up with like a
Yeah.
response quick,
Yes.
It's hard.
Yeah,
to sound.
It
it's very
really
on the
is.
spot.
Well, you know what it is too is that we are ourselves. There's no script with Bob and Marianne in the morning. Whatever happens,
right.
happens. We don't know what we're going to talk about. I mean,
like
we
the
can.
chat.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the way it could be. People
it
sit
is,
there
you know.
and they don't know what's coming next.
Right.
That's
So
right.
that you catch their interest. Like this morning, we
Yeah.
were talking about Bob.
Please tell the story. I heard it on the way to school this morning. I was laughing so hard. Please tell the story.
Bob needs jeans, all right? Bob is the Hank Hill. He's got no butt. And his jeans fall off. So he went to Kohl's the other day and he couldn't find any jeans. He walked past the ladies' department and saw a pair of jeans that he liked. Took the jeans into the dressing room, tried them on. He couldn't get them off.
Oh my god.
Called some assistants. Marianne, I'm in the dressing room.
No, I wasn't there.
Oh.
This is after the fact. So, yeah, that's things that we talk about. We had no idea we were going to talk
Right.
about
Yeah,
it.
it was
and
just-
you
Did he
comes
know
up.
it was a pair of women's jeans?
Yes.
He just wanted to test. He wanted to say, hey.
he
did it work?
liked the jeans.
Of like what's not coming next, not knowing what's coming next, and like having to think of something on the spot. That's what makes it so genuine. Like
right.
I'd imagine live radio like that. You get your initial reaction. You get people's like, it's instinct. Like it's so genuine. It's amazing.
And you can't
Yeah.
take it back.
No.
That's right.
Like you can't. There's no editing. You can't.
That's right.
You
Even
say
though you
it
can
once
edit
it
it.
comes out of your
Yeah.
mouth. That's it. It comes
Yeah,
out
it's
of your
real.
mouth.
It's very real.
You don't have time to think about your
No.
answer.
And I
too.
told you before, I like the description you have. It's like what people are talking about normally. It's that round table conversation. And that's what, it's just what everyone else is talking about. And you put your own little spin. And
Now the other. You like those potatoes?
he really likes it.
I thought I was
The
done.
other
I'm
thing
like,
is
you're
too
not
with our
done.
listeners. They're not listeners. We call them listener friends.
Yes. It's like their friends are sitting there.
I've met so many people over the
Yeah.
years. In fact, I knew Joey before he was born because his grandmother was a listener friend.
Right.
And when he was born, she called up and said, oh, I had a grandson. His name is Joey. So I've known Joey for the past 18 years.
But we only met this
only
past
met-
summer.
Yeah, at a bingo. I
That's
have
it.
bingos.
right.
I call
And that's
bingo.
it.
I love bingo.
You love bingo?
You should come.
I can't.
It's
No,
pretty fun
you
time.
can come. You can come. My next bingo. I'll let you know when the next one's going to be.
Okay,
Yeah,
let us
I'll go
know.
too.
I can't
We'll be
play
in
The
bingo.
touch.
chat makes
No.
an appearance at bingo. I would
Yeah,
love
Oh,
to.
absolutely.
And
you
a lot
can't
of them-
win. You're not 18.
Oh.
There's
You
so
gotta
many
be
things in this
18.
world
And
I
you
miss
can't
out
be
on.
either.
Why?
He's only 17.
June 17th, I'll be 18.
So go to the June one.
Yeah. We'll have it.
I'll be there.
I'll be
No.
there.
I'll be in for the
No,
money.
I don't play bingo. I have too much of an anxiety
But she
attack.
does it.
I
She's the
call it.
caller.
I call. I
Right.
can't play.
I'll call with you since I can't win.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome.
My friend calls bingo at Tallwoods over in what is it down Butler Road?
Yeah, I know where you
Yeah,
are. By the quick check.
Yeah, by
Yes.
Quick Check, she calls
Our
bingo
finale
there.
does.
Yeah, finale.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she loves it.
So, Marianne, now switching gears a little bit, we do
Okay.
have another guest here, Mr.
This-
Norman Levy. How are you?
Say hi.
Hi.
Oh my
The
God,
first
so
dog on
cute.
Channel 21.
This is Norman, and I got him from the shelter, from the Toms River Township Animal Shelter. He was a rescue from a local puppy mill, and he and I just fell in love. I was volunteering at the shelter at the time. He came in, I saw him, he saw me, and this is what he does. And I'm hoping he's going to be a therapy dog. He can
Right.
start classes when he's after a year. He'll be a year in May 24th, and he's just everyone loves Norman.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
everybody loves Norman. This is basically what he does.
That's right. And when we
That's
had the fire
amazing.
drill today, everyone ran to the dog, right? Everyone was
Yep.
like, "What's going
And
on?"
he was fine.
Yeah, he was
wasn't
just sitting here
nervous.
like
He was
this.
just sitting here
Wow.
like this.
Yeah,
So he might just make the perfect therapy dog where they go out for canine caregivers.
right.
It's a group in Toms River, and they go to elderly homes, people that are elderly that can't have dogs anymore. And it's amazing how just petting a dog or petting a cat can lower your blood pressure by 20 points.
Yep.
Just sitting there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've had some experience with therapy dogs. Actually, I've had like at therapy. I have had dogs come in, and they were much bigger. They were labs.
Okay.
Yeah, and they came down and they just lay down and they flop over on your back and they let you lay there with them and pet them, and it's amazing.
Well,
They're
they have to go to school. They have to learn to be around people like this.
right.
They have to learn to be around wheelchairs, sudden moves, because
right.
a lot of times when they're visiting maybe children in a hospital or an elderly person, they might jerk all of a sudden and scare
Right.
them.
That's right.
But they have to make sure that they're capable of being around any situation.
Right.
That's right. Well, I think he's the perfect guest.
pretty suitable.
And you're the
Yeah,
perfect guest.
Thank you.
So, Marianne and Norman will be right back. We'll be right back. The mashed potatoes, we're not so sure. We'll be right back. But when we come back, we got hot topics as usual. So we'll be right back with more of the chat. Stick
Yeah.
around, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the chat. We're here with our guest, Marianne Levy and Norman Levy.
Hello.
We're so attracted to the dog
I
there.
know he's so precious.
star.
That's
Yeah.
Everyone knows Norman.
Everyone knows him.
Yeah.
So let's
Kinda
get
like
started,
me.
guys, with the hot topics. You know, we've been away for a while, so let's get started. Since we've been gone, that song just came to my head. I don't know why. Since we've been gone, Hillary Clinton has announced she's running for president on the Democratic side, and for the Republican side, Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio. What do you guys think about this? A lot going on. I want to hear what Marianne has to say first.
Yeah.
Do you
You
have
wanna
it?
hear what I have
I
to
do.
say?
I really do. No, but what do you think about
Okay.
them running?
Okay. I don't like talking politics.
Okay.
I like Hillary. I think she's a strong woman. I don't know how she'll be as president. I
Okay.
don't know how Bill would be as first man in the
Yeah,
House.
that'd be a
because
first
she was
thing.
the first lady. She'd be the first man. I don't know. I know she likes Chipotle. They made an
Really?
issue. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Her first stop in Iowa was at Chipotle. And she went in there and nobody knew it was her. And she ordered a chicken burrito bowl. And that was the big thing. So now she's got Chipotle's vote.
Wow.
But,
Right. Okay.
How do you feel? What do you think about a woman president? First, I mean, we have a black president now. An
Well, you know,
African-American.
we had white president. You know, they're going with the black president and now the female president. You know, it's not the cats of Dancing with the Stars. So that's not the vote they should be going for. Here's what I think, though. I don't know who I'm voting for. I'm 18 now. I can vote. What I think is that I want to hear everyone who's running. I want to hear all their platforms, and then I will decide. It's not about the first woman president or the first black president or the first whatever. I just want to hear what they all have to say and then judge for myself and vote on that.
Right.
If they win,
I
they
mean,
win. They lose, they lose.
I think that's the fairest way to go about voting for a president. I mean, regardless of their who they are and what their race is or what their gender is. I think the most important thing, if you're going to be in office, is what you plan to do for the country.
That's
You're
right.
young and that's the way
Yeah.
it should be
Yeah.
thought about. But you got Republicans, you got Democrats,
Right.
and they stick.
Yeah.
They feel they don't
They
care
do.
what the policy is, what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You're a Democrat, you're a Democrat.
Yep.
You're a Republican, you're a Republican. And it's impossible. It's never going to happen. I don't think there should be either sides. I don't.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I
agree.
Right. I don't think there should be either
Well,
side.
the independent, there's always an
We're
independent.
working as a whole. We're supposed to be a country. This is the best country in the world. The freedom that we have, and to divide, people from Democrats to Republican,
Right.
and fighting over
Yes.
what shouldn't be fought over. It should be what's best for everybody.
I'm not exactly sure what the direct quote is, but George Washington did say that the second that a government and the people split, that will be the end of
Political parties and foreign affairs will ruin this country.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Oh, very impressive.
Yeah,
Very good.
impressive.
Very good. See, we know what we're talking about around here.
When we
I like my
separate
politics.
into parties and when we try to take sides, we are automatically already going against ourselves.
Oh, Alexa, what do you think about this?
I think that especially during this topic, when we're talking about like the first African American president, the first female president, people will say you immediately think people are going to say you should not vote for them because this is a female president. You should also not be saying you should vote for her because she is the first female president.
Right.
I think that it doesn't matter either way. I think it matters of where the experience comes from. Her being the first lady, I mean, she wasn't the president already, but she was the closest thing and was always up in front and always knew what was going on, knew the problems. She is going to have the upper hand, I believe, because she's
know all
had
the
her time
problems.
Yeah, not all-
being in the White House at all. So
Right.
I think that she does have some sort
Now,
of upper hand.
she's the Democrat, and the other three, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, are on the Republican side. Now, do you think there's anyone, obviously more people are going to run. Do you think like someone like Chris Christie will run, Donald Trump? Do you think anyone, Jeb Bush, anyone?
I like
Trump.
Bush.
You like Jeb
I
Bush?
do. I do
Wait a
like Jeb Bush.
You like
I
him?
would love to see him run.
Yeah, I am a fan of the
Absolutely.
Bushes also.
You like it? Okay.
I think Donald Trump is going to pull the same thing that he does every time that there's a new election. He's going to say that there's an election, and he's going to make this whole big announcement that the last second he's just never going to put his name.
But the only thing that was different this time about that was that he closed, so he does Celebrity Apprentice, and they asked him back for another season, and he shut it down and all that. And apparently, so he's saying he might do it. I mean, I
don't
like
think he's-
Donald Trump, but I don't know if he's going to.
I like
do
Donald
that.
Trump
I
as
don't
well.
think
What
so.
about Chris Christie?
I would love to see Chris Christie run. I'm a big fan of him.
Big
I-
fan.
Are you really?
Yes, I love
Very,
Chris
very
Christie.
big fan.
I think he's doing really well here in New Jersey.
I don't like.
I hate Hillary Clinton. I hate
gonna
that
say
she's
that's-
running for
You don't.
president.
I ask you a question. Do you
What?
think he's a bully?
Governor Christie? I think
Yeah.
he speaks his mind.
I think he's a big.
I
bully.
think he's a big bully.
Because you want to know what? You want to know why James thinks that? Because James speaks his mind, and James has been
No, he
accused of
does
being
speak
He's
his
a
mind.
very big bully.
But you know,
Big bully.
he is not portraying what we want our children to be. All right, he goes out there and he bullies everybody. You get
That's
the hell
right.
off my beach. You're going to do this. You're
And
going to do
that's
that.
not-
Sit down and shut up, or I'm not going to talk to you. I didn't ask you the question. I don't like bullies. And to
Right.
me, that's what he is. He could be good. He could be good.
I think he knows his stuff.
He knows
He
his
knows his
stuff.
stuff.
He knows
Yeah,
his
it's just the way he
stuff.
delivers
It's
it.
the delivery.
I think the one thing that that really bothers me about it is just the way the education system in New Jersey is run, and that's a lot of people have blame him for a lot of it.
Yeah.
and I think that
No, he's not to blame.
Yeah,
No, he's not all the way
I don't
to
think
blame.
he's,
No,
I don't
no,
think he's
no,
to blame
no.
either, but there could have been improvements, and there hasn't been.
It doesn't matter who's going into office, they're going to inherit the problems that were left over.
Right,
That's
exactly.
right.
So
Yes.
they didn't start the problems, they're just inheriting, and they're going to get the blame for it.
Right.
And what about Ted Cruz? He's a Canadian. They're saying he was born in Canada or his mother was Canadian or something like that. He can't even run for president.
And he's going to?
Well, yeah, but I guess they're going to have to shut it down. Or something that they found out he can. They were looking at the Constitution. All that. I don't know what's going on. Doesn't everyone know that if you're Canadian, you can't run for president? I don't know. I know that was
in
basic
Canada?
enough.
I haven't paid attention to that lately. I didn't hear that. I'm hoping that whoever the two are, Hillary and whoever else, because no one's going to go up against her for the Democrats.
That's not true because she
You don't
went
think
against
so?
Obama.
No.
She went against Obama in 2008 and she lost.
I think it's going to be her. I think it's going to be her and someone else. And,
I agree, but I don't-
I'm hoping that like all the feminists and that's all like a huge thing right now. Don't vote for her just because she's a woman.
Oh,
That's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
I'm
but
saying that
hoping it's
I
not.
wouldn't be the figure to do that.
But-
I
No.
don't think
But I'm hoping not, and I'm hoping that if she does get into office, I'm not a fan of Hillary Clinton, which you heard before. I'm hoping she does the right thing, but who knows?
Who knows?
I would like to see Bush run. I would, but I don't think he's going to.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think.
he might.
I think any smart feminist would vote for whoever they think is best suitable for the job. Any misandrist would vote for
Big
Hillary just
word.
because she's a woman. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like woman power, girl power. But any smart feminist that's actually out for equal rights would just do what's right for the country.
Yeah.
because
In the world of
what makes
politics, there's
sense.
Norman.
Yeah,
And
how,
he's sitting there,
how do we talk
and
about
he's
pressing
listening.
issues with an adorable dog?
I know. How could we? Well, let's move on. James, you wanted to bring up the Pledge of Allegiance topic, right?
Yeah, so the other day, I was sitting here, and our teacher here, Miss Mangle, we were sitting there saying the pledge, and a very nice girl, who I wouldn't expect it from, decided to sit down in her chair while the Pledge of Allegiance was going.
Wow.
And I asked her why she didn't stand, and I don't remember her exact reason, but I just want to ask you guys how you feel about kids not standing for the pledge anymore, and how you feel about it.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
How so?
Because you're saluting the flag,
You're-
the freedom.
Yeah, people
And
fight
it's
for
not
your
going to
freedom.
kill you just to stand up for 2
right.
minutes while you're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. You could skip the under God if you want to. That's fine. But I believe men should take off their hats. And I'm older. Okay?
Right.
I'm 57 years
Oh,
old.
you're 40. Stop it.
Thank you, Joey. I'll be
Day over
57 the end.
21.
That's
thank
right.
you.
Stop it.
I'll be
18.
50, I'll be 57 the end of the month. I have a granddaughter. You guys could be my grandchildren
That's
easily.
right.
Okay? Easily you could be my grandchildren.
And maybe we are. We never know.
You never know, but there needs to be respect. Okay. If you don't want to salute the flag, then leave the room. Don't just sit down in protest or while everyone else is standing.
So I just always thought it was normal for people to stand up for a flag. But Alexa, you had a point.
Right, I was saying it is such
Go on,
like a
go on.
normalcy that I think people don't realize what it's for. I could ask 5 out of 10 kids in my class what an allegiance was, and they probably wouldn't know. When you think about it, I remember learning that and having to take a quiz on the words, like a verbal test on the
Right.
Pledge of Allegiance when I was 5 years old. And you do it again and again and again. In school, yes, but do you do it on Saturday? Do you do it on Sunday? Do you do it over the summer? Do you do it when you go to college? Do you do it in your job? There's no business official that stands up over a mic and says, please stand for the flag.
All right, how about a ball game?
Of course.
games
I
are
think
the
everyone
only-
yeah.
should stand.
A
I
ball
think-
game, they play the song and some. I don't know, not so much they Pledge of Allegiance,
But they
No,
have
the
to have
national
national
anthem.
anthem.
the national
It's just a
anthem.
respect.
Yeah, you stand
Yeah.
up. You stand up. The men remove their hats, and some of them you can tell the veterans. I mean, they're really the
That's right.
ones that respect the flag because they
Right.
fought for it.
That's right. Well, I think this is all a great conversation. So you go snack on something. We're snacking on the potatoes, and we'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the chat. I'm Joe Rack,
I'm Kathleen Juggerman.
I'm James Coffey.
And I'm Alexa Daly.
and Marianne Levy and Norman Levy are
Thank
still
you
joining
for
us.
having me.
We love having you here. This is so
I'll
much
come
fun.
back anytime.
Oh, we would love to
I'll
have
come
you.
back
anytime.
You are
Yeah.
I just love having you here. I think it's great.
Thank you.
All right,
I love
so-
being here.
All right. So let's, before we close, guys, let's talk about the high school principal in Virginia who was fired for letting the teachers, they were helping the kids on standardized tests. James, you wanted to mention it? You had a good example.
There was a principal in it was a Virginia elementary school with elementary school kids, and they had a standardized test, like if we were to take the HESPA or what that was the
Park or
PARC.
something like that.
And the teachers, as they were going over like examples and helping kids, they were like indicating what answers would be the correct. So they would be like, all right, who had the answer for letter A? Who had the answer for B? And they
Love
would
that.
make it general so the kids would know. And this teacher, they went to court, and the principal and I believe his vice principal and a couple of the other administrators are going away for
7
close
years,
to
you said?
7 years in prison.
But what do they benefit from it? Like, for what reason did he do that? Was there money involved?
Just, I guess, better scores, making him better as a principal, maybe.
Yeah, when
I know the scores shot up and they were out of the roof.
when a school's standardized test scores go up, they're not only guaranteed their job longer, but I think there is benefits in it. They're guaranteed some kind of a bonus, something. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works.
And
Even the
because-
superintendent it works with this like that too.
It may not even have been what was in it for him if his students achieved this. It was maybe there was a defect in his teaching skill that his students weren't doing well at all, and this is a way that people like his administrators wouldn't look at him if all of his kids had terrible test grades. Oh, they're going to find out that I'm not a good teacher.
Right.
You know, something like that would distract your administrators from thinking that you aren't a qualified
Well, a few
teacher.
weeks ago, didn't we discuss the PARCC test?
How
And
it
we said that
reflects the
teachers,
teachers.
it reflects the teachers.
Yeah.
The PARCC test is like, it used to be the HESPA to graduate high school.
Okay.
So now you have to take this online virtual PARCC test.
We
of all-
talked about this on,
on the radio,
last
that's
week,
right.
How things have totally
Yeah.
changed.
Yes. So I think that also reflects on the teacher, so he's probably
Yeah.
like, you know,
Right.
make himself look good.
It reflects on the teachers, then the school gets ranked higher, school gets more money for budget, school has better things.
Now, do you all think that he should be going to jail? Starting with Marion, do you think he should be going to jail, do time for the crime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be in a white collar jail.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
obviously it's going to be like Camp Cupcake, but
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
yeah, he's got to
That's a really good way
pay
to
for
put
it.
it,
He
yeah.
absolutely has to pay for it. It's
Absolutely,
a shame
yeah.
that the kids have to suffer because of
Yeah.
it.
And now this is gonna I feel like they put him away for so long to set an example
Yes.
for other
others.
principals and
Possible.
superintendents out there. I just think 7 years is a really long time.
7 years is a long time.
It's a
Yeah.
really long time.
Yep.
You want to know what this reminds me of? Bad Teacher with Cameron Diaz.
Great
Where
movie.
she steals the test booklet from
Yeah.
the guy
Oh,
and gets all the high
Now they're
scores.
going to jail for it.
There you
How about
go.
that? And when I was on the radio with you the other day, by the way, thank you for having me on. We had all of us on. It was a fun time. We discussed handwriting in school.
And script,
Remember
yeah.
script and
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
yes.
All right, we were talking
talk.
about that, and I had you write a sentence. In
Don't bring it up.
script.
Don't
In
bring it up.
script. No, it's okay.
Sore subject.
No. Listen,
Okay.
listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. Okay, listen.
My Italian
Okay,
grandmother.
right?
Mom.
We were talking about script and how they don't teach writing in school anymore. All right, so I told Joey, I said, do me a favor. I'm going to give you a sentence, write it out for me. It took him a good minute or so because he really didn't know how to do the script. And when I looked at it, I was like, what does this say? All right, now, wait a second. This morning on the air, we
Okay.
started talking about it again. And I said to Lauren, who is our board up there, I said, I'm going to write this alphabet in script. Do you know what? How many letters in the alphabet? 26?
26.
Yes.
I think I got 22 of them wrong because I don't know how to write anymore because of the texting, because of the computer. So,
right.
and I was taught that in a Catholic school. And
Right.
they graded you on penmanship, and they made sure you knew how to write. And I cannot write anymore. So it's not you.
Yeah.
It's the education system. Yeah.
No, it's not so much the education.
The
system.
technology
It's the
advancing.
technology
Yeah.
that we don't need to write anymore.
Yeah, but
There's no reason to.
And we
I
talked
think
about on
also-
the radio. I just want to mention real quick. I just want to mention when I was on the radio, we said after third grade, I think we all mentioned it. After a certain grade, they stopped teaching it.
exactly. That's why I think technology is a lot to blame, but I think the reason that schools don't teach it anymore is because of technology. I think schools should still teach it though. I think it's
Very
still
important.
it's still key and like because when you're now with this new PARCC thing you never know, but like with standardized testing, I know with like our HESPA and the SATs, you write your essays and there's even a segment on the SAT. There's a portion
Literally with a pen or pencil.
with a pencil.
With a pencil.
And there's a part on the SAT before you start where you have to make an agreement and like copy word for word in script
Yeah.
some kind of
Like a little
agreement.
blurb.
Oh yeah, and you have to write. There's a box where you have to write it in cursive.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think it's really important. But with the new PARCC, everything's online.
That's
But I-
Marianne's
yeah.
point.
But I
Everything is
usually write,
online.
I'm like half like print, and then I usually
Half
go
write.
into cursive, and it like some of my teachers are like, wait, what does this say? I'm like, sorry, and I have to rewrite it like in
I
print
do the
because
same thing.
Yeah, I do it
I'll
too.
like writing and I'll,
It's
I'll, like,
quicker.
Now,
from
does
S
Bob
and-
still do cursive?
Bob cannot do cursive. He
can't.
prints.
Oh, he prints.
He
Okay.
prints. We talked about that this morning
Okay.
too. He's never really been a cursive person.
Right.
He's always printed. You know.
Now, my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Burr in BTES,
Shout out to you, sir.
made us. He's the principal
Thank you
now.
for watching.
He made us write our names on every piece of paper. We wrote name. We had to write it in script. He wouldn't take the paper if we didn't.
Wow.
Yeah. So
my brother in 6th grade had to write his name always in cursive
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But if Bob was on the radio with us that day, we talked about there would have been 4 generations of different people that went to school at different times.
At different times and how
Wow.
things have changed. I mean, we're talking about when we got report cards, it was in hand. You know, and
Right.
you had to bring it home for your mother or father to sign and see.
Yeah,
and
I
the
remember.
teacher wrote little, blurbs there. Like,
Yeah.
I was not a good student. And my name was Mary at the time. Mary is too much of a social butterfly.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
I got that a lot.
Me too.
Oh my
But
gosh.
then you got,
And here
got
we
up to be
all
on the
are.
radio, so
that was my luck.
We were all the
Yeah,
social
that was
ones.
my
that was luck.
Yeah.
That was luck.
I
mean,
always got the social butterfly thing. Always.
Yep.
Also, Kathleen needs to stop playing with her hair.
Oh,
I got
really?
that a lot too.
Really?
Yeah, constantly.
Wow.
Always putting my hair up, taking it back down. Every 5 minutes.
Well, I remember
Still
now
do
it's
that.
all online.
Yeah.
It was all online now, the report
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Well, our thanks to Marianne Levy. It's just been one of those fun shows. Did you
I
have
love
fun
it.
with us?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Very much so.
Terrific. Well, we thank you so much for
And
coming
Norman,
on.
thank
Norman,
you. Thank you for having
Paul,
both of
goodbye.
us.
Paul, goodbye.
So bye-bye. So bye-bye.
Oh, he
Say-
makes me want to sing the Annie
What-
soundtrack.
No.
Oh,
Say
Right.
adopt, don't shop.
That's,
Oh.
that's cute.
Adopt, don't shop.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Joe Rack.
I'm Kathleen Juggerman.
I'm James Coffey.
And I'm Alexa Daly.
And that's Norman. That's Marianne Levy. So we hope you all had a great time with us, and we'll see you next time on the chat. Keep chatting for us, everybody.
This shit that ice cold. Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot.